When I was a kid, my dad would take me out in the woods and we'd sit for a while like I'm doing right now under this oak tree because it's shady and it's hot outside. And I got about a mile and a half to go or something. But anyway, he and I would sit. He lived up in Oregon for a lot of his life, and we would sit outside and just be quiet, still. And I'm not doing it right now, obviously, because I'm talking with you, but if you sit quietly and still, sometimes you close your eyes, you can hear the music of God. You can hear the birds chirping. You can hear the wind in the trees. I mean, you can probably hear that now. Hear the buzz of the fireflies going by, and if you were to sit here still long enough, there'd be a lizard that would come out somewhere, and at certain times of day, a rabbit. Where he lived up near in Clatskanie, Oregon, you could sit, and a squirrel would come by, sometimes walk up right to you because you're sitting still. I think it's one of the things that we don't do now too much. We don't sit still. We don't just listen. Instead, we're too busy worrying about tomorrow. I think maybe that's why the Lord said to not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Each day has enough troubles of its own. We worry about everything. We worry about whether we can make the rent or the house payment. Are we going to be able to pay the car payment? Are we going to be able to pay the light bill and the water bill? Are we going to be able to get food at the grocery store? Do we have enough food in the house? Do the kids have shoes on their feet? Are we going to be able to pay for this or that or the other thing? What's going to happen in the presidential election? What's going to happen with our country? What's going to happen with our state? What's going to happen with this and that and the other thing? And the truth is, we have very little control, if any, over any of that. We can do our little part. That's about it. And worrying about it isn't going to change it. And again, I think that's why Jesus said, he asked a very poignant question. Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life? And none of us can. We can certainly take them away. So I think sometimes it's good to just stop and sit a while, perhaps. Be quiet. Be still. Listen to God's creation. You know the scriptures say, be still and know that I am God. Maybe that's what he was talking about right there. I don't know. In any case, my stomach's growling. I got to get lunch at some point. In any case, even now I sit here. I'm kind of on the side of the trail here under this tree, and people rip on by, because they're trying to stay in shape. So they're worrying about dying, worrying about getting old, worried about not being in proper shape. And so they're ripping through, and they miss so much because they don't just stop. So if you haven't done that in a while, I urge you to do it. I'm going to do it now. And then I'm going to finish up the last couple miles here and head on home. And I'm not going to worry about nothing because each day has enough troubles of its own. Thank you very much for all of your support.